She's modeled for everyone from Victoria's Secrets and YSL to Clarins and the coveted Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue.
That's right. Here to talk about the catwalk, her sports blog, and being Princess Muse is model Damaris Lewis.
Hello.
Hey, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
We have to start off with talking about this. You don't like the term supermodel, but every time we look at you and think of you, we're like, she's a supermodel.
I love the term supermodel. I just don't think it exists in 2013 how it existed in the 90s and the 80s. You know, they were celebrities. They were on the cover of magazines constantly. When you saw them in the street, you backed up. We're not in a society like that anymore. We're kind of in a social society where if you have more Twitter followers, you're kind of considered a celebrity before your work. So I love the term. It'd be a great term to have one day, but I don't feel like I hold up to the same standards as the Naomis and the Cindys and all them.
Do you miss that era?
I do.
The era of the glamazon.
Fabulous. You know, you got to turn on the runway. You got to be yourself. Personality was a factor that you needed. In today's age, you don't necessarily need that much personality to book the big gigs.
Wow. They actually don't even want personality.
No.
They want the girls to sort of be stoic and just march down the runway.
And I don't know how to do that. So
it's about the clothes, they say.
It is.
Clothes.
There's a whole conversation. The clothes are different. The clothes are more straight down. They're not body filling. You know, back when Naomi was on a runway, you bought the clothes because Naomi had them on. You know, now it's not the same case. You're buying them because they're so strategic and like army-like and this new age kind of thing, which is great, but it's just a different time thing.
Let's talk about Sports Illustrated.
Yeah.
You were in the issue 3 years in a row. My
I
goodness.
was.
Take us back to the first time, though.
So I was in school, LaGuardia High School, and I got a phone call, and I actually missed the call, and I called my agent back, and he told me that I'd booked it. And a lot of people don't realize this. My first 2 years in Sports Illustrated, I was still living in the projects in Brooklyn.
Really?
So going from my first year, we went to Turkey, came back and shot. My next year, we were on airplanes in Palm Springs, and I was literally like between reality and dreamland, going from SI and straight back to Coney Island, which was amazing for me. It kept me really grounded, but it's definitely life-changing. It's an amazing
How did you
opportunity.
navigate those different worlds? I mean, they're
West
so
Indian
extreme.
parents.
Indian parents,
My
yes.
mom definitely kept me in check at all times. You know, being in school, I just graduated, so it was kind of like new and fresh, and I really didn't know that much about the real world, but I knew what Sports Illustrated was, and this year is actually the 50th anniversary, and I'm in the book.
Yeah.
So that's pretty awesome.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Woo.
Yeah.
Now, with all that fame from there, is it true that you maybe almost didn't become a model because you turned down the offer to become a model, be represented by a big agency?
Yeah.
Tell us that story, and how could you turn it down?
So I was 13, and I was performing at Chelsea Piers, and someone came up to me and was like, "You give this card to your mother, have her call me," and I gave the card away. So then someone came back up to me, she's like, "Do you know what this is?" And I was like, "It says Elite." It turned out it was Elite.
Oh, yeah.
I was very literate, don't fault me. But I went to, meet with them, and I told them that I wanted to be a kid. I didn't want to do this, I didn't want fame. It was kind of a fear of fame. And then a year and a half went by, I got braces. And then I told them that I'll sign on one condition, that you let me be a kid. So in my whole life, I think I've missed 4 days of school.
Wow.
And I started modeling 10th grade. So from kindergarten to 11th grade, no school was missed. And then if I did have to miss school, it was traveling on holidays or anything like that. But that's kind of how that started.
What was your big break?
Well, I signed my contract, and then the week of the transit strike in New York, I booked Fresh Look Contacts, the color contacts ad, which ran for like 3 years. And then a couple weeks later, I booked V-Man, and then 2 weeks later, I booked Yves Saint Laurent in Paris.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
It sounds like it just took off. Like you were like booking
Kind of.
everything right away.
Yeah, but I didn't feel it, which is what I loved the most. I didn't know what I was doing until I got a little older. And I think that was the beauty of the situation. I got to, stay a kid. I popped off the plane in Paris in Jordans and a North Face and shot YSL, and then turned around and went back into Payless. And I was doing that for years. Yeah.
Now, we often hear stories about black models being underrepresented on the catwalk and in ad campaigns. Did you ever face any challenges due to your color, and how did you get past those challenges?
I knew the challenges were there, but I didn't let them stop me. So, I feel like what you put into the universe is what you get back. If you walk into a casting saying you're not going to get booked because you are a certain color, then odds are you probably won't get booked. You've already pre-set up that you aren't going to get this job. And I realized that I was a model who was in school. I was a model who wanted to be as normal as possible. So in this industry, you know, I said to myself, whatever I book, I'm going to be happy with it. Whether I book something today and then book something next month, I'm going to be happy with every opportunity. So it is a little bit of a different thing because I do a lot more now than I did when I was a kid. But I was just grateful for the opportunity, I think, as a whole.
Okay, we've got to talk about Prince.
Yeah.
How did you link up with the purple one?
So
explain.
In like December 2010, I want to say, I got a call saying that somebody wanted me in their video, and then I met Prince at his shows, and then I went on to be a field correspondent for his Welcome to America shows in Los Angeles.
Okay.
And then a year later, when he was going to Australia, he said to me, we don't have a feature. And he knows that I'm a dancer. I went to LaGuardia for dance. And just like that, 8 shows in Australia, Melbourne, Brisbane, and Sydney. 8 shows, and then we did Jimmy Kimmel. We did Welcome to Chicago tour. I performed with him this year at South by Southwest.
Now, was this choreographed dance? Are you freestyling?
Both.
Really?
Both. It's very new. It's very fun. I'm very bubbly. We go from old songs, you know, to the newer ones that he has, and it's just a party.
What's he like as a boss? Does he talk or does he just give you eye contact?
No.
He seems so shy. He seems so
He's just
shy.
like,
No, Prince is Prince, and I think that anybody who knows him knows that he is a legend and he has a legacy. And I feel like anybody who is a legend because while they were working, they were doing things for the next generation. And so the next generation said, you know what, they did something for me, that's why I'm going to coin you a legend. So he's still like that in 2013. He really hones in on the next generation. His drummer right now is 23.
Wow.
So, you know, and then I'm 23, and everybody in the camp, you know, age up, down. He has 12 horns players, all different ages. So.
Well, at such a young age, you've done so much. What's next? I hear there's a big movie with Hugh Grant coming up.
Well, I shot a movie this year with Hugh Grant. He's a teacher, and I'm one of his students. Should be really funny. I do a lot of hosting now.
And what's the name of the movie?
It's Untitled.
Untitled, okay.
Untitled at the moment.
Okay.
And I do a lot of hosting, a lot of NBA. I opened their All-Star game this year. Had like a 2-minute intro. Big NBA fanatic, so hopefully there's some more work in that realm too. But a lot of talking, a lot of you hearing me.
I love it. All right.
Yeah.
We'll definitely keep following your career and your blog. We'll be checking that out from Heels to Hoops.
HeelsToHoops.com and DamarisLewis.com.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
You're watching Arise Entertainment 360.